Next question.
Over here on the left. Or arm.
Okay, my question's for Christopher Judge. Okay, I was watching season 6, and I got to episode 19, which is the one you wrote.
Which is what?
The change thing!
I was wondering, where did you get the idea for that episode?
Well, I wanted to work with Shanks again, so I knew I would have Shanks in the episode. So, and they wanted to have a Shanks heavy episode anyway, so I kind of, you know what, it came kind of just like out of just boyhood stuff, you know, wanting to ride in fire trucks and stuff. So, no, seriously, I mean, that's why I made them firemen, because I thought if I wrote in a scene where we were riding in a fire truck, I'd actually get to ride in a fire truck and seriously, and you know, slide down the fire pole, which
you have one in the living room.
with Errol Flynn. With Errol Flynn waiting there to catch me. So yeah, it kind of just came out of that, and I wanted to, you know, have Tony back. So kind of everything about that episode was kind of selfish, and I wanted to like not be Teal'c for a bit, you know, and that's kind of how it all came about.
Okay, cool. Okay, back on the right.
Such a wide array of science fiction, movies, TV shows, etc. What do you guys think makes Stargate special and stand out amongst the vast field?
That would be a Martin question, I think.
Sure. I don't know. I think it's the show has a lot of heart, and it's got a lot of wit. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which, you know, I think for the type of show that we were is a rare thing. And you can never tell what's going to land with an audience, but I mean, like, you know, the show could go on forever. I mean, with
Yes, please.
it's kind of, yes, please, I agree. And I think everybody just got all of the all 3 versions of the franchise has just been really lucky that we got the right people. I mean, the casts were so spectacular. They really connected with the audiences and connected with the material and did great. I don't know. And also because it's awesome. I don't know. Is that good? That's probably more succinct.
You were supposed to say it was the good writing.
Oh, also the writing is incredibly strong. Thank you, Ted. It's my first time.
Alright, back up here. Whoop.
My question is for Mr. Judge.
That's my father. He's more of a drunk than I am.
My dad tried to get me into Stargate when it first came on, the first season, when I was in the 2nd grade. But honestly, I was terrified.
That's why you're Mr. Judge.
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
Oh, jeez. But, you know, you're supposed to follow that up with, and Chris, you don't look a day older. No, seriously.
You look way less gold, though, and I think that's
actually where this question is going.
Okay.
Because I love sci-fi, but Teal'c terrified me.
And many other white ladies around the world. I'm sorry, I will let you finish.
You just seem like a nice guy who's very, has a lot of emotions that Teal'c didn't seem to express. So how hard was it for you to play someone who was always so stoic?
It was really hard in the beginning, especially because I didn't have a great grasp of the character yet. I don't think kind of any of us did. I had to stay in character most of the time because I was afraid if I went out of character that I wouldn't be able to find him very easily again. So the first probably half a season, I was pretty much Teal'c kind of all day, which wasn't a lot of fun at all. But then when I really felt I had a good grasp of him, I was, the only between action and cut was I, and then sometimes not even after when they said action. So yeah, it was a process at first.
Thank you. I just wanted to say I'm glad, Joel, you guys can be here. I look forward to this every year. And when I saw your name on the, this is for Christopher, when I saw your name on the list, I was extremely happy. I'm just wondering how much creative control you and the other actors had over character traits, about any ad-libbing that may or may not have been allowed to a script. I understand that you wrote the episode that you did. And also I want to make a comment for Chris. Listening to you at the panels, you guys obviously had a great camaraderie and a good time, and I'm just wondering how you got through making a single episode, let alone your entire run with the practical joking and the sense of humor. And you guys did an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we were allowed. Okay. First of all, let's really tell the truth here. There was Rick, and then there was the rest of us. Did you ever read a book called The Jordan Rules? Kind of Stargate, there were the Rick rules. So for Rick, the script was kind of like the expiration date on milk. It's kind of a suggestion, but hey, if you want to drink it afterwards, go ahead. For myself, they gave me a great deal of freedom because it maybe a little too much, because it became that I was kind of the go-to guy on alien stuff and alien. I remember Zach Nicotel came about. Jonathan Glasner just wrote a bunch of letters, and so I went up to his office and I said, "How do you pronounce this?" And he said, "I don't know. You're the alien." Okay. So I was allowed a great deal of freedom. I don't know, maybe you guys want to.
They seemed, the writers, even though I always had to stick to basically what the dialogue was, they were pretty cool about, shaving off a word here or there to kind of make it your own, which was nice. And I had a lot of freedom with props up until about three-fourths of the way through season 6 when I was banned.
It was taking 8 hours to shoot your singles.
I think the great thing about our crews are so amazing. They're so efficient and fast, and the great thing about television is, you want to give, it's not a play, obviously, and so you can do a lot of takes, and certainly I think, the guys upstairs always encouraged everybody to kind of bring themselves to the show. As long as we were covered on one line, then give us another one, and that stuff always ended up in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually got really creative when they were writing my dialogue. Sometimes they would put "indeed!" Exclamation point.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they put "indeed" with a question mark.
I put it italicized. I thought that was really good. Like, indeed. Yeah.
Mike.
There you go. Hello, gentlemen of Stargate. It's lovely to see you. This question is for Martin and anyone else that...
It is?
Yes. And for anyone else that might want to answer...
No, forget it. This is mine, guys.
Well, especially as a writer and producer, science fiction has always held up a mirror to our society, whether it's the fun stuff or the darker images. And we're getting to the point now where a lot of the sci-fi is very gritty. Battlestar, the new Stargate. Yeah. Do you think that the networks and audiences at large are becoming a little more open to taking the path to understanding that science fiction isn't just, crap? Because it's not.
Is the question, do I think people think science fiction is crap?
Do you think that people are becoming more aware of the fact that...
I think science fiction is definitely finding a wider audience in America, in North America. I mean, the thing is that for some reason there's some sort of stigma associated with science fiction in North America that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world, It's taken a little more, I don't know, it's got which is weird because, the United States has such an amazing science fiction history. But I don't know. I mean, I think as storytellers, it's obviously very attractive to any writer because you can really do anything on the show. I wanted to do an episode about how my brother and I didn't get along, and I decided to do it with clones, and multi-universe things. And so it's really it's just a lot of fun, and I think audiences are starting to open up. I think the Sci-Fi Channel. So I don't want booze or anything, but I think they're trying to open up the type of science fiction that people are consuming, and on network television now, I think there's more and more great science fiction. I don't know what the hell, guys. Maybe you shouldn't ask me questions. I don't think I'm doing a good job answering this. It's not funny or informative.
I'll take this one. I think it's a wrong perception which is held at some of the higher levels of television networks. I think Hollywood in general recognizes the vast popularity of the art form. When I was in London, I did an interview with an artist, and we were having this discussion. This is full on, went to art school, artist, does amazing stuff in the city of London. And we were doing an interview, and he said that he thought that science fiction, when we look back, might be the absolute height of art for this particular time. If you look at the most popular films that are made, almost all of them are science fiction or genre-related films. I think that the audience is much vaster than is given credit for, and occasionally you'll find someone pointing at Comic-Con or Dragon Con and saying, "Look at these people." Oddly enough, they go to work with a lot of these people. It just happens to be that instead of painting themselves green and wearing cheese on their heads on the weekend, they may become a Klingon. So I think it's an interesting perception. I think it's wrong.
Good answer. Damn it.
Okay, Mark, you want to follow that?
No, I don't want to follow that. I think we should just shut this down right now.